Hope you're all doing great today, and I will be showing you my 10 favorite muscle cars in GTA Online. And keep in mind while watching, this is a subjective list, so that means it's my own opinion. So if you want to, you can share your own opinion in the comments. I mean, it could be your favorite muscle cars or just roasting me, you know, whatever you want to do. That's all up to you. And with that, let's get started with the very first muscle car on this list. So to start this list off in no particular order, the first muscle car on this list is the Dominator ASP. Now, I don't know really what it is about this car for why I like it so much. I think it's just like the nostalgia feeling of seeing like an early 2000 Mustang. It's unique. Like these cars just felt very different from every other car when I saw them in real life. And if you don't know what it is, I believe it's an SVT Cobra R or something like that in real life. I looked it up, but I don't remember what the name is. But it's just a really nice car. That's really all there is to it. It is very quick. Since it is a tuner car, you can lower it to the ground and it gets a lot of speed. But if you do that, its handling is pretty shit. And that's really it for the ASP. Now moving on to one of the most iconic muscle cars, it is the Beater Dukes. And if you have seen Fast and Furious before, you know exactly what this car is. I believe it is a 70s Dodge Charger, and if I'm wrong about that, I apologize, but I'm pretty certain that's what it is. It's just really iconic. I love the look of it, with the huge intake coming out of it, with the supercharger and all that shit. It's not very fast in this game. It's pretty slow compared to most muscle cars in the game, but it's just so iconic, and I just love the look of this. I would love to have like an older Charger in real life, and it's just great. I just love it so much. Now, I had to include the Drift Yosemite, which is the next vehicle up. It's actually a drift truck, and recently they added like drift tuning to cars, so now you can, well, have a very generic drift setup on a vehicle. It's a really arcadey feeling to the car. It doesn't actually feel like it's drifting. It just feels like it's sliding everywhere. But I really like the look of this as well. If you don't know, I believe it's inspired by the Huna truck in real life, and this truck is just really nice. Its wide body is super clean. The two turbos you can have sticking out of the hood, also really unique. And I believe it is a very, very quick muscle car as well. Well, it's not really a car, it's a truck, but it's very quick for what it is. And the next muscle car, this one, I rarely ever drive it. Its handling is really shit. It's really, really slow, and it's just not a great car. But the Peyote Gasser, which is the car that I'm showing you right now, my grandpa on my dad's side used to own one of these in real life. I never was able to see it because he sold it way before I was even born, I'm pretty sure. And it sucks because this is such a unique vehicle. The front end raised up, but the back end lower to the ground. It's not squatted, I don't think. I'm not really sure why they were designed this way. I have never seen one in person. I really want to. Again, you know, my grandpa's on my dad's side had one of these, and it's just a very unique looking vehicle. It just sucks that in the game it's ass. And again, we have another Fast and Furious car, which is the Dominator GTT. It's actually, I believe, a Mustang fastback, like the 69 or something like that. But this is also a very iconic car, just like the Beater Dukes from earlier. Almost everyone that likes muscle cars in real life has said at one point or another this is one of their dream cars. I don't really know why everyone likes it so much. I'm not sure if it's fast or if it's just the looks are really nice for most people. But for me, I really like the look of the vehicle. It's kind of quick in the game. It's not super fast or anything. Again, you can lower the suspension like the ASP from earlier, and it can go really fast, but its handling will be really bad if you do that, and vice versa. It'll be slower if it's raised up, and the handling will be a lot better. I do have a feeling with the Hellfire, which is the next vehicle up, that some people are going to be a fanboy of this in the comments section. I don't understand the hype for these in real life. I don't get why so many people like to flex their Hellcats or the Red Eyes, whatever. I don't know all that shit. I don't know the hype for these cars, but I do like the look of them. That's why I have it in GTA. It is very quick in the game as well. I think one of the higher top speed muscle cars. It just looks nice. It looks really aggressive from the front, and it's just fast. I have a good feeling most people watching this video don't even know what this vehicle is that I'm showing right now, which is the Impaler. There is an Arena War version of this vehicle. I am not using it in the video because I prefer the normal one. And I think it's another similar thing with the ASP from earlier. It feels really nostalgic seeing a car like this, like the boxy kind of look to it where it has sharp edges instead of like the smooth edges like every modern car has. And in this game, it's not that quick, it's not good with handling or anything. It just looks really nice. It's really low to the ground. It kind of has an aggressive design, and you wouldn't think much of it if you saw this just on the road. And I think that's why I like it so much. It doesn't really stand out a whole lot, but it's very unique from most vehicles. Now, one vehicle that does stand out in GTA Online is the Apocalypse Imperator. The reason why I specifically chose the Apocalypse version instead of like Future Shock or the Nightmare version is because you can actually make this thing look like a street vehicle, which is really cool. You'll have all the benefits of an arena war vehicle with like boost, jumping, landmines, all that stuff, but you could just make it look like a normal vehicle, which is nice. Now, this thing, since it's an arena war vehicle and I have boost on it, it is an extremely fast car. I think I can top out at like 140, 160 miles an hour, and you can boost most of the time because the recharge on it is very quick. Now, I can't actually remember what this thing is in real life. I probably should have looked it up before this, but someone can enlighten me in the comments. I really like a vehicle like this. I don't know if I've ever really seen one in real life. I don't know. It might be like a Pontiac, like Firebird or something like that. It might be a combination of a bunch of vehicles in the game, but it's just a very cool vehicle. The one thing that is really bad about it in the game, though, is the camera that follows it behind the car is really high up compared to most vehicles in the game. So you're going to be like almost missing out on the vehicle itself and just seeing the road in front of you, whereas most vehicles will have the camera not directly behind the car but kind of up above it. So you're going to see the majority of the car more than the road that you're looking at, if that makes any sense to you. Probably see in the gameplay I'm like looking down at the car to be able to see it, which kind of is unfortunate, but it's still a very nice car. So when I was putting this list together, I was really struggling to find the 10th vehicle I wanted to include on this list. So I went with the Phoenix. Now, if you're an OG, you know this vehicle. This was brought to so many car meets back in the day because it was so unique. It has like the huge spoiler on the back, and you can make it look like the Fast and Furious 6 Dodge Charger Daytona, which was a phenomenal looking car in the movie. I love the look of it. And that's what I went for in the game. But there is a vehicle that can pull off the look a little bit better, which is the Gauntlet Classic Benny's version. However, that vehicle has really skinny wheels, so I went with the Phoenix instead just because of that nostalgic factor, and it just feels more correct to have the design of the Dodge Charger Daytona on this vehicle instead of the Gauntlet Classic, but it is what it is. The Phoenix isn't really that good of a vehicle. It's pretty slow. Its handling isn't great because it came out with the game, so it's going to be outclassed by like any other vehicle, but you can get this for free off the road, and it's just really cheap to upgrade and all that. Just a shame that it sucks ass. Now, finally, the very last vehicle on this list, which I guess I'll say is my favorite in this entire video, which is the Tulip in this game. I believe it's inspired by a Nova in real life, like a 69 or 70 Nova, whatever you want to say. And this is actually one of my dream cars in real life. I love this thing so much. I love the look of it, the smooth curves. I don't know why I had to point out the curves there. And I think that the reason I like older muscle cars so much, and I'm going to be speaking not from experience here, but from my knowledge, from what I know. Older muscle cars tend to have a very uncontrollable feel to them, though. They have a lot of power, not a lot of safety. The handling isn't great. It's kind of like you have to hold back the car's power and keep it on the road and make sure it doesn't go out of control, which is something you don't have with modern vehicles anymore. You don't have that sense of danger, the sense of you might lose control of this vehicle. And that's what I love about older cars. It's more exhilarating, and you get an adrenaline rush. From what I know. Don't quote me on that. But that has been my 10 favorite muscle cars in GTA Online. If you want to see another top 10 video, let me know what class you'd like to see next, or it could be like businesses or something. I already did that. It could be like anything, really. Just let me know. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I love every single one of you.